Welcome to the Lifetime Assembly channel. My name is John. Today we're going to be helping you build your SpeedShift portable basketball system. So this video, we're following the instructions that come with the basketball system. If you've already started, feel free to check the description below. There will be a timestamp with each section of the instructions. Before we get into the assembly video, let's take a look at the tools we're going to need to complete the job. You'll need one drill, pliers, two 3/16 Allen keys, Phillips screwdriver. It may be useful to have a socket set. 1/2-inch wrench, 7/16 wrench, 9/16 wrench, 3/4 wrench, rubber mallet, a block of wood, one funnel, garden hose, and 310 pounds of sand. So there are steps that you'll need help with in this build, so make sure you have somebody available. All right, so let's take a look at what's in the box. All right, let's get started. All right, so align the hole at the bottom of the top pole with the slot at the top of the middle pole, and the middle pole is actually the one that has the warning sticker. So secure the top pole to the middle pole with the hardware provided. The screw should be flush with the pole. Once it's inserted, it could spin freely. Secure the bottom pole to the middle pole using the same steps we just did before. Secure the pole bracket to the middle pole, and it goes on the side with the bigger holes. Before attaching the pole bracket, make sure it's oriented towards the top of the pole. Before we begin this next step, make sure you've done the previous steps properly because this next step is irreversible. We're going to take the bottom of the pole and hit it on a block of wood 5 or 6 times. Make sure you're careful and don't hit your toes. Make sure you absolutely do this step. The poles must be seated. If you don't, it could cause serious injury or damage. Flip the pole over because we're going to repeat the previous step on the opposite end of the pole. Attach the flattened end of the pole brace to the base with the hardware. Only finger tight for now. Repeat the same process for the opposite side. For this next step, slide the bottom axle into the bottom hole of the bottom pole. Attach your wheels. Put your spacers on. Take the small axle and put it through the hole just above. The next step, we're going to attach the base to the pole. Make sure that your pole bracket is facing up. We're going to position the base over the top of the large axle in these notches. Now step on the base so the axle will snap into place. Rotate the pole upwards so that the small axle fits into the notches on the top of the base. Attach the flattened end of the pole brace to the hole in the pole. Now you can tighten up the rest of the hardware. Now we can tip the system backwards so the pole is resting on the ground. Make sure to not stand the system up until the base has been properly weighted. Insert 2 bolts with washers and rubber washers in the bottom hole of the back of the rim. When tightening the hardware, make sure that the rubber washer isn't bulging. Connect the rim and the plastic guard to the backboard with the hardware. Turn the backboard assembly over. Thread the jam nuts onto the U-bolt as far as it will go. Take the springs and place them on the U-bolt. Then, take the retainer plate and place them on top of the springs. Do not tighten the nuts all the way, only tighten the nuts until the rim doesn't wobble. Go ahead and flip the backboard over. Next, attach the brackets to the back of the backboard with the hardware. Attach the hex bolt to the back of the backboard bracket. If the bolt is difficult to push through, there may be excess powder coating in the hole. You'll need to use the bolt to remount the excess powder coating. The center lock nut may be difficult to tighten. Attach both counterbalance springs to the hex bolt. Attach the short extension arms to the back of the backboard. However, when you do so, make sure that the holes that are further apart go towards the back of the backboard. To assemble this part, you're going to need the bolt, spacers, tube spacer, and the nut. Attach the ends of the long extension arms with one hole to the back of the backboard bracket. You'll need the hex bolt, the spacers, tube spacer, and the nut. Lay the backboard assembly next to the pole assembly. Make sure that the rim is on cardboard so it doesn't get scratched. Next, we're going to take the pole and attach it to the extension arms on the backboard. Attach the lock tab to the trigger with the screws. Make sure you tighten the screws all the way down so the plate is flat with the trigger, otherwise you can expect problems in the future. Make sure the inner channel has been removed from the outer tube. Align the right handle to the outer tube over the notch. Slide the trigger spring onto the trigger in this location. Attach the left handle to the right handle with the hardware. Insert the hex bolt into this hole on the outer tube. Secure the hex bolt onto the outer tube with the cap nut. Make sure not to over tighten the cap nut. Squeeze the trigger on the outer tube. Take the inner channel, slide it up until you hear a click from the trigger. Attach the inner channel to the pull bracket with the hardware. Do not over tighten the cap nut. Secure the outer tube to the long extension arms with the hardware. Insert the hex bolt through the holes in the short extension arms that are closest to the top. Raise the backboard to the highest position. Using the closed end of a wrench, stretch the counterbalance spring up and over the hex bolt. For this step, start with removing the plastic film off of the backboard. Next, attach the center frame pad with the corner frame pads to the bottom of the backboard. We're going to be drilling through the bottom of the frame, so you will need to use some force. The corner pads will overlap the center pad, so make sure you do the center pad first. For these next steps, follow the link in the description below on how to properly fill the base of your system. We've already done this, so we're going to move on to the next step. Next, we're going to put on the net. For this next step, we're going to attach the height sticker to the back of the middle pole. But first, you need to make sure that you're pulling the handle all the way down and put it at the highest level. Then you can attach your sticker. Make sure the 10-foot on the sticker lines up with the arrow on the handle. The last step is to attach the pull pad to the pole. Thanks for watching our video of how to assemble a Lifetime SpeedShift portable basketball system. If you have any questions, feel free to call our customer service. Also, we'd love to have you check out our other products at lifetime.com.